Hey there, soulmates. We have plenty to discuss on this Wednesday, November 16th. Welcome to Fox Soul's Black Report. I'm Courtney Hicks.
And I'm Nicordelai Corte. Thanks for inviting us into your homes and onto your personal devices. Each day, we're honored to stand right here behind this desk to take you on a journey across Black America.
That journey includes bringing you our news, our views, and our voice. Topping our news today, Senator Raphael Warnock joined Georgia Democrats and Senate Democrats in a lawsuit that was filed to allow early voting in Georgia's December Senate runoff election. It was initially suggested that counties would hold early voting on Saturday afternoon Thanksgiving. Now, officials later walked that back, saying Georgia voting laws block the state from holding an election 2 days after a holiday. Now, the Saturday that falls in early voting period is 2 days after Thanksgiving. Warnock, the Georgia Democratic Party and the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee says the interpretation of the law, quote, misreads and cherry picks provisions that have no application to runoffs.
Courtney, clearly, hate doesn't always skip a generation. In an update to a story we first brought you yesterday, the FBI confirms a single juvenile suspect behind most bomb threats to dozens of HBCUs. The FBI, in a statement on Monday, did not release any further details, only that the individual is under 18, but said the agency is working with state prosecutors to, quote, hold the minor accountable. The report also details that this youth made bomb threats to 4 HBCUs between January 4th and February 1st. 3 threats to Norfolk State University and 1 to Hampton University.
All right, let's go to Texas, where we have an update to that white teacher who made headlines after a video surfaced of him telling his students that his race was superior. The district has fired that middle school teacher from the Pflugerville School District, which sits right outside of Austin. The teacher still hasn't been identified, nor has the district provided any additional context surrounding the conversation. Now, the superintendent did apologize to students and families for any, quote, undue stress or concern caused by the comments, and also apologized to parents whose children were seen in that video without their knowledge.
The disproportionate share hospital program run by Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, and according to new findings, the group is falling short when it comes to supporting hospitals in some Black communities. The purpose of the program is to subsidize care for low-income patients, but since racial and ethnic minority groups face sizable structural barriers to health care, they often have lower levels of health care used than whites with the same level of health care need. Medicare and Medicaid DSH payments, that program allocates $24 billion to hospitals annually to subsidize care and improve outcomes for low-income patients.
A sad note this afternoon or evening, Virginia McLaurin, who you might remember her as the elder who went viral for dancing with President Obama and First Lady Michelle, has passed. Hard to forget that video. If you remember, McLaurin died this week at the age of 113. She was well known in the D.C. area for her service and this infamous visit to the White House back in 2016. I remember it so. Barack Obama posted to Twitter about her passing, saying, quote, rest in peace, Virginia. We know you're up there dancing.
A Louisiana grand jury began hearing evidence on Monday in the deadly 2019 arrest of Ronald Greene, long-awaited testimony that will determine whether state charges are brought against the white troopers seen on body camera video stunning, striking, and dragging the Black motorist by his ankle shackles following a high-speed chase. The proceedings come 3.5 years after Greene died in Louisiana State Police custody on a rural roadside outside Monroe. Long shrouded in secrecy, Greene's death exploded into public view last year after the Associated Press obtained and published graphic body camera footage showing the 49-year-old pleading for mercy. The authorities initially told Greene's family he died in a crash following a lengthy police pursuit, a narrative that the family rejected. and that was questioned even by an emergency room doctor after Greene's bruised and battered body arrived at the hospital.
To LA now, where prosecutors announced that 2 county deputies acted in self-defense and won't face criminal charges for fatally shooting a black man riding a bike in the wrong direction. Dijon Kizzee, you may remember this story, was killed after the deputies attempted to stop him. An autopsy showed that he had been shot 16 times in the front and the back while running away on foot. Authorities say he was carrying a bundle of clothing they believed contained a firearm. Kizzee's death continues to spark outrage as the DA's office concluded that force was necessary to defend against a threat of death when they initially fired the weapons, those sheriffs. Kizzee's family has filed a $35 million claim against the county.
Now off to Georgia, where leaders of the oldest city is stripping the name of a former U.S. vice president and vocal slavery advocate from the public square named in his honor more than 170 years ago. Calhoun Square was named for John C. Calhoun, a prominent politician from South Carolina who, before his death in 1850, spent decades in Washington, serving in Congress and as vice president under Presidents John Quincy Adams and Andrew Jackson. Calhoun was also outspoken in the support of slavery following the Civil War. That has made him a target in recent years by racial justice advocates in Savannah and elsewhere seeking to remove racist figures from the public.
All right, soulmates, if you are looking for a soulmate, I'm gonna need you to rest easy, as 8 billion people now inhabit this earth, causing concerns, though, among the United Nations as climate and economic crisis continue. High fertility and advancements in medicine are credited as the 2 main factors for the growth, with most of it being in developing countries like Africa, while 7 countries, including the U.S., hold half of the world's population. Now, the UN estimates the population to be 8.5 billion by 2030 and 9.7 billion by 2050. And you often see, memes saying all these people in the world and I'm still single.
Good Lord, that's a lot of people.
It is. and I'm just hoping, listen, I don't think, I believe in God's creation, that being the earth, and I don't think, as foul as sometimes we can be as humans and how we don't treat it right, I don't think we're going to be able to destroy it. However, I'm hoping Mother Earth is able to maintain, some of our negligence, carelessness, and ignorance when it comes to preserving this earth. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of trash. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of also opportunity for innovation.
Yeah.
And so we find that in so many parts of the world that poverty is often, sort of what leads to a lot of instability, a lot of terrorism in different parts of the world. And so, to me, I think this new $8 billion world population total is a kick in the pants for all of us to do more in terms of doing our part to invest in solutions around climate change, doing our part to address issues related to poverty, to do our part to make sure that we really are making the world a better place for you and for me.
Yeah, but if I can go back to the late Rodney King's line, can we all just get along? We are going to have to get along with all these people walking around on the earth. That is for sure.
We should call the Guinness Book, because in 30 seconds we went from a Michael Jackson line to a Rodney King line.
That might work. We'll see what they'll have to say. Still ahead, an investigation is underway following a viral video of a black man being beaten in his cell. You might have seen this already.
Yeah, we'll break it all down when we come back. You're watching Fox Soul's Black Report.